Yo, welcome back to another video. Today we are in the Open Great League, and let's see if we can get some wins. So we're going to be trying out the team featuring the Sableye paired with the Lanturn and the Mantine in the back. Decent lead here. They're going to switch out into the Skeletors. We're going to use our Lanturn and they immediately quit, so that is a great start. We had basically the right counter to their entire team. That Sableye seemed to be a core breaker for their team, so that was nice by us. Here we go, Sableye versus the Dugong. A little bit more difficult to deal with here. We got the Sableye dealing some neutral damage versus the Dugong, which is also doing some neutral damage. We're going to tank the first move here. Ends up being the Icy Wind. Icy Wind does debuff the attack, but we're going to save that energy, switch out into the Lanturn, see what they have in the back. They decide to throw a move. Ends up being the Draw Run. The Draw Run here, 40%, something like that. So we still are quite healthy. We are able to get to a move here, go for the Thunderbolt immediately. We do get them to waste all that energy, and now we see Gallade in the back. Gallade here is going to have to tank a move. They're going to survive any move here. Okay, they actually decided to shield and keep the health of the Gallade. Our opponent does get to double Leaf Blade, so we're going to allow that one to go through. And now we have a choice. Do we go in with the Sableye or do we go in with the Mantine? What do we think is in the back here? So we decided to go in with the Sableye here. They decided to switch out immediately into the Gligar, and we have the Mantine versus this Gligar. This is going to be a good matchup for us, considering we do have the shield advantage. Arrow Ace does go through, dealing a good amount of neutral damage. We're going to go for the Water Pulse here, because we either want the shield or it's going to get a huge amount of damage, so much so that they are into the low red. We are going to allow this one to go through again. We do survive the Arrow Ace, and now we still have the Mantine pretty healthy, dealing super effective fast moves and forcing them to use some energy here. 2 shield Sableye here is going to be able to win because we can just farm down. They have to get to 3 Leaf Blades just to take us out, and we're going to be able to farm them down with the fast move. So GG's to our opponent, ended up winning that game. Basically with a lot of energy on the Sableye and the Mantine. All right. Next game, let's see what we find. We got the Sableye versus the Annihilape. Okay, this is kind of what we built the team for. They decided to switch out into the Dugong. Ooh, don't really have a good answer to the Dugong, so we're going to stay in for now because we have a slight energy advantage. We're going to go for the Foul Play here. They do decide to shield, and that's exactly what we want, either some shields or some damage. We tank the Icy Wind here, and we're going to try to CAP tie here. We do get the CAP tie, which is going to grant us some chip damage, or we're going to get possibly another shield, but they do decide to let it go. We know that this is going to be probably another Icy Wind, and indeed it is. And so we're going to throw this next Foul Play on ideal timing. This is going to get the Dugong low enough for our backline, but we do grab the second shield, which is fantastic. Now we're going to come back in with the Lanturn. Even though we're running Water Gun, we are going to just soak up all this energy and have this Lanturn possibly farm down. Let's see what happens here. They are going to be able to get to another move. Draw One doesn't KO. They go for the Icy Wind bait, and now that allows us to farm down comfortably. Even though we did get debuffed, we can switch out immediately if they show Annihilape, and that's exactly what they show. They switch out immediately into the Wigglytuff. Wigglytuff here is going to have to tank a Water Pulse. It should be able to tank it, and then we're just going to throw an Arrow Ace here to chip away. We just basically need this Wiggly low enough to farm down or get them to use some energy, and that's exactly what happens. We force them to use some energy here. We kind of shield just to keep this Mantine fairly healthy because we know the Annihilape is still there. The Annihilape here does CAP tie us on to the next move. Let's see, they go for the Night Slash. It doesn't quite KO. However, we are at an Arrow Ace, so this is going to go through, dealing a super effective damage, roughly 50% debuffed. And then we're going to have a move ready for this Annihilape with the Lanturn. Thunderbolt goes through, boom! Down goes the Annihilape. So GG's to our opponent, able to win that game, basically storing up a whole lot of energy with the Lanturn and finishing off that Annihilape. So we do have the Sableye and the Mantine to deal with the Annihilapes, and that's basically why we won. Here we have an interesting matchup. We got the Talonflame versus the Sableye. We are going to try to catch a move here with our Lanturn running Water Gun. They decided to stay in a little bit extra, and they do switch out into a hard counter. So this is kind of good that we bait out this Whimsicott now. We are going to be able to throw one move, ends up being the Thunderbolt here. I don't think we're going to be able to get to another move if they throw on timing. So let's see what happens here. Okay, they are able to throw this next move here. It should take us out easily. And now we're going to come out immediately with the Mantine so that we can potentially farm it down. And we do get the farm down. That is great news for us. Energy with this Mantine is going to be much more valuable later on. Brave Bird goes through. We know that they have two moves paired up. So an interesting move set. Brave Bird and probably Fly. Yep, there's the Fly. And now we get them to switch out into the Annihilape. Annihilape into this Mantine with a ton of energy is not great news. One arrow ace does get fired off. We try to combo play here, but they decide to throw their move immediately. We know this is a nice slash. We can survive it. And now they're going to have to make a decision. Do they shield here or do they save the shoot for their Talonflame? They decided to let this one go. And now we're going to look for the farm down. Do we get this farm down right here? No farm down, unfortunately. We're going to have to let this one go because we want this Mantine to win us the game, especially since we get the extra wing attack to go through. Now we can survive one Incinerate. We're going to throw another Arrow Ace. This is going to get the last shield. And now, do we get to this next move before the next Incinerate registers? Yes, it does. So GG's to our opponent. This Arrow Ace should be able to take out the Talonflame. And that's how we come back from a terrible switch. That Whimsicott absolutely walled our Lantern. And we were able to just get enough extra energy with that Mantine to win us the game. Basically, it just took out the Annihilape and took out the Talonflame with all that extra energy. Here we have the Empoleon versus the Sableye. This is a very tricky Pokemon to deal with. We definitely are not looking forward to this. The Mantine versus the Empoleon is not great. Water Gun Lanturn is not that great against the Empoleon, but they decide to switch out. They switch out into Goodra. Goodra here is going to have to tank a move. So they're just trying to fish out if we have any like berries or steals. We decided to let that one go. Oh, we faint on the move? No way, we had that move. Unfortunately, unable to fire off that move. And now we're going to have a tough battle because we know that the Empoleon is still quite healthy. This Mantine is not going to be able to damage this Empoleon. But we're going to try it. We're going to go for this Water Pulse right here. This Water Pulse does go through, getting into the yellow. Going for another Water Pulse here to see if they allow it to go through. I'm anticipating another Dragon. I'm not sure what they have in the back at this point. I'm going to catch a move here. Should be the Dropek, and Dropek is not effective against this Lantern. Let's see what they have in the back here. Okay, Wigglytuff here. Let's see if we can recover. We're going to farm up a ton of energy. We're going to go for this Surf here. This Surf possibly gets the last shield. It does grab the last shield, and now it's a race to the next move. Unfortunately, unable to get to that. They're going to probably throw this Summoning Voice. Makes sense. And then they're going to snipe us down. And then there goes the game, unfortunately. I don't even think Water Pulse will be able to take you out from this range. Wigglytuff, unfortunately, pretty tanky. We're going to try. Yep, unfortunately, Water Pulse was not enough. And there you go. So GG's to our opponent, unable to win that game. Check out this team if you haven't already and let us know if you enjoyed the video.